Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I just wanted to kind of do a little overview of the new project that I got working on here. We are over here at Dad's garage, which he has generously let me borrow for my rear end project. And basically what I'm doing is I'm rebuilding and cleaning up let's see if we can get it in the frame here. Yeah, sort of. It's just a regular GM 7.5 inch 10 bolt rear end, and it's not gonna be the greatest rear end. It's not gonna look the greatest, but it does have a posi unit, which is miles beyond my open differential that I have right now. And what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna step up the 342 gear set that's in this one with a 373 gear set, which is also much better than my 323 open diff. And we're just gonna clean this thing up, and we're gonna drop some gears in it, and yeah, stay tuned. It's going to be fun. All right, now before we get into this project, I wanted to just take a second to show you another project that Dad and I have been working on. And it looks a little something like, bam! That right there is a monster. Now that is a 454 dart block, bored over, and it comes out to, I think he said the cubic inch on this engine is 598. It is an animal. And he's gonna put it in his boat. But it's got all the bells and whistles, crank trigger, got monster stud girdles on this thing. He's running 800 pounds of pressure per spring. All MSD ignition, crank trigger, like I said. Big old Holley carburetor on top of it. 12 quart pan. And he's putting it in his boat, and it's going to be an animal. I can't wait to get that done. We're going to get it out on the water next year. So I'll probably do another video about that later on. A lot of things doing. We've always got a project doing somewhere. It's cool because I get to work with my dad, which is awesome. He's like my automotive hero, you know, got me into all this stuff when I was real young. I was at the drag strip, you know, standing on top of his shoulders, walking around when I was 3 years old. And he got me into a junior dragster when I was about 10 years old. And I did all that for the longest time and never really had a lot of money to get back into actual drag racing at the strip, which is why I'm building the street car now. And the reason I'm rebuilding Trick 6, which is my 96 Camaro, a little backstory on that. My parents got me that car when I was in high school, senior year, around '02, and man, the car was beautiful. I maintained it accordingly. It was my show car. It was my daily driver. I did everything with that car, and it was basically taken from me. I took it to a car show, and I guess in '04, I parked it in front of my house, and a neighbor from down the street came around the corner and sideswiped it and took the whole driver's side off, basically. So the car sat for 15 years at a friend's house. It sat there for about 13 years, and then he's like, hey, you're not doing anything with it. We need to figure out, you know, where it needs to go, or if it needs to go to the scrap yard or whatever. And I I was like, I really don't want to lose it. I do want to do something with it eventually. And my wife, God bless her, she's awesome, said clean out the carport, have him bring it over here. And so that's what I did. And then it sat there for another 2 years. So all in all, it sat for 15 years. And when I started it up, no fire. Fuel pump was shot. You know, there was some plug wires that had been ate through and all that stuff. So I did a lot of work on this car just to get it running again. And I saved up money and saved up money until I had enough to get it into a body shop. I've got the body fixed now, which is awesome. The car is beautiful again. And I'll probably do, you know, a walk around on that car when I get the chance to, probably after some of these projects I got going right now. So yeah, it's still rusty. It's got a little pitting in it. A lot of pitting in it, but after a screwdriver and a couple of hours of chipping away at all this shit that was caked up in there and all in there, all around the axle tubes and everything that was along the end of the axles here, and I guess I got about 90% of the big shit off of it. And I'm gonna go to lunch with my wife here in a little bit. After that, I'm gonna bring back my tools and some new wire brushes, and we'll get this thing scrubbed down pretty decent. So hang around and I'll be right back. We back from lunch, boy. Oh yeah, them fajitas was good. Man, glad I went. All right, so after lunch, went back to the house, got the tools, grabbed my power drill, an extension cord, and I stopped and I got, you know, a few other assorted things. So what I have here is an assorted little thing of brushes. Got anywhere from like 1.5 inches, 2, 3, 4-inch wire wheels, and let's see, we got the 1 and the 2-inch cup brush there, and like I said, I got 90% of the big shit scraped off of it. I also have this funny looking little thing right here, left over from a previous job that I did a long time ago. And I figure, well, since I got it, I might as well tear it up. So I'm gonna get to grinding on this thing. I've got some safety glasses and a dust mask down there, and I'm ready to make a mess. Okay, I've been grinding on this thing for, I don't know, 15 minutes or something like that. And what I have come to find out is my little doohickey is pretty much gone, which is exactly what I wanted to do with it because I had it left. But if you look over here, that's what it started looking out like. And now that I've been grinding on it a little while, I've pretty much done most of that axle tube. And I'd have to say the difference is pretty decent. I guess I'm going to switch to a wire brush now, and I hope that does the exact same thing or better for that side. If not, I'm going to have to go get another one of them things, because I think once I brush that off and get all the residue and dust off of it, that it's going to look pretty decent. You know, I've got some spots like that right there where there was a little bit of axle grease and everything in there that, you know, got down to bare metal. Even up here on, you know, that little curve right here. we got down to bare metal, and you know, I did what I could get to without taking the axle out. We're going to take the axles out later once we put everything in it and rebuild it. So, not worried about that diff cover, because I've got another differential cover that I'm going to use from Proform Products. It's Perfect Launch diff cover. It's got cap supports in it and everything. So let me change out this wire brush, and I'll be back with you in a minute. I had to open up this garage door because, man, it was hazy in here. I even had to put a little cover over Dad's Beast over there, making sure we didn't get a whole bunch of shit in that. It's sealed up. It's just got open exhaust ports. It's too pretty. I didn't want dust all over the top of it, really. But yeah, I used the wire wheel. I used the 3-inch wire wheel. And I have to say the results are comparable, if not about the same. And I even did the underside of the actual differential itself, and that cleaned up real nice. See, we walk around the other side of it here. You can see. Yeah, I still need to do something to that. Let me move this around a little bit and get some better lighting in here. Yep, still gonna need to do some work to the top side, but I got all around the pinion, and once we get it all apart and everything, I'll clean up the pinion. But yeah, doing pretty good. I'm gonna get the top side of it done, and then I'm gonna drain everything out and get it ready, because I'm coming back over here tonight after Dad gets off work. He works seconds, and we're gonna get to tearing this bad boy down. So that's it for this one. We'll see you on the next.